Once upon a time, in the peaceful hills of East Africa, a humble leaf known as khat, or locally known as mogoka, was planked, bundled, and sent off to cause chaos in the highways of East Africa. But not just any chaos. This is a story of speed, insanity, and a vehicle so unassuming it could park in front of your church compound without raising a single eyebrow. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the untold saga of Toyota Probox, East Africa's ultimate land missile, street menace, and the unofficial Formula 1 participant. Long before the Probox became the king of speed, pickup trucks ruled the khat transportation highways. But weight issues and rising cost meant mandatory re-engineering. Enter Probox, smaller, lighter, and blessed with Toyota's renowned reliability. This was the chariot of dreams, and as soon as it hit the road, the need for speed was reborn. These drivers, often dubbed as Miraa Pilots, took this machine and turned it into something that could scare a Subaru WRX. And I don't say that lightly. Forget what Ken Block taught you about precision and drift. These guys shift gears with accuracy of someone swatting flies. The Probox has no fear, no chill, and no idea what speed limit is. Their driving style? Part mad scientists, part cowboy. They overtake on the right, left, through ditches or other medians. This vehicle is extremely respected. That there was a time an ambulance driver was charged in court for carelessly driving in front of a Probox and not giving it way. In fact, the police detained the ambulance and asked the ambulance driver to use an alternative route to get the patient on board to hospital. Like seriously? The ambulance was detained for not giving a Probox carrying khat way. I feel sorry for the patient. And delivering khat at high speed must be more than of an emergency than taking patients to hospital. That's how sacred the khat mission is. In fact, rumor has it that the co-drivers of these cars usually have large bundles of cash with them, and if they hit someone, instead of stopping and wasting precious time over a corpse, they just throw bundles of cash outside the window without braking or slowing down. That's how serious the khat business is taken. Yeah? The khat is dashed from farms like this so that it arrives to its consumers as fresh as when it was being harvested from the shambas or farms, where it is then rushed to its main markets in Somalia, the Middle East, and other countries. The Probox isn't just fast, it's absurdly fast. Tuned to maintain speeds of over 180 kilometers per hour on a good day. It can keep pace with rally-tuned Subarus and even outlast it. Why? Because Subarus, as any online guru like Scott Kilmler will tell you, come with fragile gearboxes. The Probox, it eats hills for breakfast, speed bumps for lunch, and potholes for dinner. And let's not forget the legendary servicing. These fans go for servicing more often than some of us go to church. 3 times a month. Parts are oiled, engines tuned, shocks reinforced, especially the rear shocks. That's why most Proboxes always look like they are squatting with effort, ready to pounce or launch. The Probox doesn't need fancy features. Who needs leather seats when you have bottled-in office chairs? Who needs cruise control when your accelerator is held down by sheer determination? Who needs refrigeration when the lift demands air-dried, adrenaline-infused freshness? Imagine standing on the roadside, peacefully scrolling your phone, when a silver blur whistles past you, spitting gravel and steam like a deranged kettle. That, my friend, is a Probox, carrying 30 plus sacks of khat by a driver that fears nothing, not speed, not bumps, not potholes, not other motorists, and not even the police. They are driven by special drivers, whose brains were long ago fried by khat itself, or other wily entities that give them balls and hearts of steel. Drivers of these vans are rumored to have been born during lightning storms, raised on jet fuel, and trained in dodging cattle, children, and police roadblocks at the same time. That's how crazy they are. It's common to see Proboxes tossing bundles of khat out of their windows, like Oprah giving away gifts. You get a bundle, you get a bundle, you get a bundle. Vendors by the roadside catch them mid-air. It's like a khat version of Quidditch. And don't even get started on police chases. There are no police chases, because by the time the police officer pulls out their speedy eyes, the Probox is already in the next county. That's how fast these cars are. These vans move at extremely high speeds over busy urban centers, posing a danger to pedestrians and other drivers on these routes. But despite this, traffic police officers with speed guns even have never been able to stop them. Maybe it's because of corruption or chai, which is basically corruption money, being passed generously from co-drivers carrying, the bundles of cash. On the other side, the Probox is an undercover agent, a quiet little station wagon that won't hurt a fly, but look closer. Raised rear shocks, reinforced bumpers, tinted windows so dark that even Batman couldn't see inside. Some have exhaust pipes so big that they sound like someone boiling a kettle inside a steel drum. Inside, it's all business. There may not be a glove box, but there will be extra components for khat. The sound system is louder than a nightclub in Nairobi. And the steering? Firm, focused, and probably chewed on by the driver during these intense traffic moments. Drivers often modify these cars themselves. The alignment might be off, but the spirit is on point. You may not see a Probox in a car show, but you'll see one beating a BMW 3 Series on a climb with 500 kilos in the boot. I don't think that BMW will be able to do the same. This is not about the car, it's about the business. Khat is perishable. The faster it moves, the fresher it stays. Refrigeration is not just unnecessary, it's frowned upon. Apparently, if they use refrigerated trucks, it will reduce the steam, therefore reducing its, side effects. So why keep it chilled when you can speed it downtown and launch it at vendors like a herbal missile? They have been known to pass through valleys that Google Maps hasn't even discovered yet. The only weakness, maybe, just maybe, is actually jet fuel. So salute to the unsung heroes of the road, the Probox drivers, the co-pilots with their bundles of leaves and bundles of cash. The cars that defy the odds, the laws of physics, because in the end, if you can dodge death, beat the clock, and still deliver your cargo fresh and crispy, maybe, just maybe, you deserve a little respect, or at least your own Fast and Furious spin-off, Fast and Fermented Muguka Drift.